Have you ever seen a puppy so adorable you just wanted to, squeeze it? Or looked at a baby with cheeks so round and chubby, you felt a bizarre urge to pinch them? Maybe just a little too hard? Have you ever looked at a tiny, perfect animal and thought, "It's so cute, I want to crush it"? Or, "I just want to eat it up"? If you have, a second thought probably crossed your mind. Am I a psychopath? You feel this overwhelming wave of affection, but your body wants to clench your fists, grit your teeth, or make a squeezing motion. It's a strange, contradictory impulse. You might have laughed it off, but perhaps a small part of you worried, is there something wrong with me? Am I secretly a terrible person? Well, you can unclench your fists. You are not a psychopath. In fact, what you are experiencing is a completely normal, documented, and fascinating psychological phenomenon. It's called cute aggression. Yes, it's a real term, also known as playful aggression. And it's not just you. Millions of people experience this. It was first studied and named by a team of psychologists at Yale University who were just as confused as you are. They wanted to know, why do we want to harm, in a playful way, the very things we find most harmless? The answer reveals a beautiful and bizarre quirk in how our brains are wired. It's a defense mechanism. And to understand it, we first have to understand why we feel it. The phenomenon you're experiencing is a perfect example of what scientists call a dimorphous expression of emotion. It sounds complicated, but it's a concept you're already very familiar with. Dimorphous simply means to form. It's when you feel one strong emotion, but you express it in a way that seems to be the complete opposite. Yeah, maybe. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone at a wedding, watching their best friend or child get married, so overcome with happiness that they start to cry? Those are tears of joy. The body is so full of positive emotion that it overflows into a negative expression, tears. Or think about an athlete who just won the Super Bowl or the World Cup. They've achieved their life's dream. And what do? They weep. The same thing happens with laughter. When you're extremely nervous or scared, perhaps watching a terrifying scene in a horror movie, you might suddenly burst out laughing. It's a nervous laugh. Your brain is trying to cope with an overwhelming feeling of fear. Cute aggression is just like that. It's the flip side of tears of joy. Your brain is so overwhelmed by the positive feeling of cuteness that it expresses itself with a negative, aggressive-seeming action. But here's the key. The researchers at Yale found that this aggression is purely for show. When they tested people who reported feeling cute aggression, they found that those people had absolutely zero desire to actually harm the cute thing. The urge is just an urge, not an intent. So, why cuteness? What is it about big eyes and chubby cheeks that short-circuits our brains? The answer lies deep in our evolutionary past. In the 1940s, the Austrian ethologist Konrad Lorenz proposed a concept he called Kindchenschema, or baby schema. Lorenz identified a specific set of physical features that trigger a powerful nurturing response in adult humans. These features are a large head relative to the body, a high and protruding forehead, large eyes set low in the face, a round, pudgy face, and a small nose and mouth. Essentially, the universal features of a baby. Not just a human baby, but the babies of almost all mammals. Puppies, kittens, fawns, ducklings, they all shared these traits. This baby schema is a brilliant evolutionary adaptation. It acts as an instant biological "aww" button. When we see these features, our brain instinctively floods with feelings of care, affection, and a powerful desire to protect and nurture. This ensured that our ancestors wouldn't abandon their helpless offspring. It guarantees the survival of the species. So, our brains are hardwired to find these features adorable, but that's only half of the story. We've covered the cute part, but now we need to understand the aggression part. If you find this kind of deep dive into the hidden wiring of your own mind fascinating, this is exactly what we do. We explore the psychology, science, and stories that make us who we are. So, if you haven't already, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an explanation of our weird and wonderful world. So, when you see a kitten, your brain isn't just saying, "That's a small cat." It's screaming, "Baby, protect it, care for it." And this is where the problem starts. Your brain, in its evolutionary wisdom, developed a reward for this behavior. When you see something that fits the baby schema, your brain's mesocorticolimbic system, also known as the reward system, lights up like a Christmas tree. This system is the same one activated by things like eating delicious food, falling in love, or even winning the lottery. It floods your brain with dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. This dopamine rush is what makes you feel pleasure, joy, and satisfaction. It's your brain's way of saying, "Yes, do this. This is good." But sometimes the baby is just too cute. The puppy is too perfect. The baby schema trigger is so strong that the reward system goes into overdrive. It doesn't just release a little dopamine, it dumps a truckload of it. Your brain is suddenly hit with a tidal wave of positive emotion. It's an overload, a short circuit. The feeling is so intense that it's no longer just pleasant, it becomes overwhelming. Your brain, which is always trying to maintain balance or homeostasis, panics. It says, "Whoa, this is too much. I can't function like this. I'm completely paralyzed by cuteness." And this, right here, is the moment cute aggression is born. To protect itself from this debilitating positive overload, your brain performs an incredible act of self-regulation. It hits the emergency brakes. How does it do that? It introduces a negative emotion to contaminate the positive one. It throws a dash of aggression into the mix. That sudden urge to squeeze or pinch is your brain's own counterbalance. It's a competing negative impulse designed to bring that overwhelming positive emotion back down to a manageable level. It's the brain's way of getting a grip. Think of it like this. The positive emotion is a scalding hot bath. The aggressive feeling is a cup of cold water. Your brain adds the cold water to make the temperature just right, so you can actually function. And this leads to the most fascinating part of all. This bizarre mechanism isn't just to stop you from being a puddle of awe on the floor. It actually helps you. The Yale researchers proposed that this mechanism evolved to help us care for things. Imagine an ancient human ancestor finding their newborn baby. The baby is tiny, vulnerable, and perfectly fits the baby schema. If the parent's brain only produced the overwhelming cuteness response, they might be so paralyzed by awe and affection that they would just stare. They'd be frozen, incapable of action. And in the wild, a frozen, staring parent is a very bad thing. The baby needs to be picked up, kept warm, fed, and protected from predators. Cute aggression is the brain's solution. The surge of aggression snaps the parent out of their cuteness coma. It regulates their emotion, moving them from a state of passive adoration to a state of active caretaking. The researchers even found evidence for this. In their studies, the people who reported feeling the most cute aggression also reported feeling the most desire to care for and protect the cute animal. So, that urge to squeeze isn't a sign you want to hurt the baby. It's your brain's engine roaring to life, saying, "This thing is so cute, I must protect it, I must care for it, I must do something." It's an urge to interact, which our primitive brain translates into physical terms, like holding, squeezing, or yes, even playful biting. So, let's go back to our original question. Are you a psychopath? Absolutely not. You are the opposite. Psychopaths are defined by a lack of empathy and a shallow emotional response. Your response, this explosion of emotion so powerful your brain has to fight to control it, is a sign of a deeply functioning, highly empathetic, and well-regulated emotional system. It's a sign that your brain is working exactly as evolution designed it to. So, the next time you see a corgi puppy and you feel that strange urge to squish its face, don't be alarmed. Don't question your sanity. Just smile and appreciate the magnificent, bizarre, and wonderful paradox of your own brain. It's just its way of screaming, "This is so cute, I can't possibly stand it," without letting you completely melt down. We all have that one thing that just breaks our brain with cuteness. For some, it's a baby's laugh. For others, it's the paws on a kitten. We want to know, what's yours? What is your personal cute aggression trigger? Let us know in the comment section right below. Let's see what the cutest thing in the world really is.